As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull.
Orient yourself. Where did you land?
Chaos of the crash site confuses the landscape. You'll need to find a settlement or landmark, and you'll need to do it quickly. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
No niin, eikä se sitten muu auta kun lähteä tutkimaan tätä paikkaa. Minun kaikki kaveritkin on näköjään jonnekin levinneet varmaan kappaleiksi. Lähdetään siis etsimään heitä. Hei, siinä. Shadowheart, talk to me. Oletko sinä kuollut? Reach for the artifact. Joo, ei se tykkää siitä, jos saletti huomaa, mitä minä yritän.
What are you doing?
Checking if you were alive.
I'm alive, yes. Thank you for the concern. And speaking of, how are we alive?
Täällä on tämmönen party-vaihtoehto.
The divine tend to keep their interventions close to the chest. Though, I suppose it's not impossible.
Do you have any idea where we are?
No, I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from.
No se on
First
totta.
things first, we need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
What happened to our good friend? No, eiköhän sekin ole tuolla jossain makamaassa.
You might want to reconsider calling her a friend. Looks like she ran off without us.
Looks like she might be dead, more like. You want to stay together, I take it? Are you
We
into
need
me?
each other.
That was rather
We
sudden.
both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
Mennään yhdessä.
One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
Mutta niinku kiva, kun se koko ajan dissaa minä olen unohtanut sen nimen jo, mutta siis se toinen muidu, sillä se koko ajan vähän siitä mulle sellaiselle I am forever grateful. Ei muuta sitten kuin tätä Ancient Dooria kohti. No se olisikin ollut liian helppo. Ehkäpä tätä kautta. Sitä meidän ystävämme vaan ei näy täällä nyt missään. Olisikohan se jopa selvinnyt hengissä, kun jos olisi maannut sillä kuolleena, niin me se oltaisiin varmaan matkan varrella nähty, mutta hei tuolla jotakin. Ei, sinä et ole kyllä meidän se kaveri. Laetsel. Oliko se nimi Laetsel? No nyt on. Astarion.
Harry, I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you?
And you
like
can't?
You killed the others?
Mikäs looseri sinä olet? Kill it yourself, you look capable enough.
I was hoping for a kind soul. Well, not to worry.
Aha, johon sitä käyvän läheiseksi. Onks minä Miten tää sana taipuu? Mitä tapahtuu? Tappaako se minut, jos minä nyt tässä epäonnistun? No. Success.
I saw you on the ship, strutting about whilst I was trapped in that pod. What did you and those tentacled freaks do to me?
Oletpas sinä aika äkkipikainen. You went backwards, they snatched me up too.
I'm not an idiot. I saw... Ah!
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light, the fear.
What was that? What's going on?
Kerro sinä minulle. Put the knife away and I'll tell you everything. What everything? Even I don't know anything.
I'm not an idiot. It has to be those tentacled monsters. Something they did. They took you too. I saw it during whatever just happened. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
Not accepted. Kävit aika väkivaltaiseksi siinä. Aika äkkiä. You'd better have more to offer than apologies.
I'm out of wine and flowers, so I hope an introduction will suffice.
No anteeksi, disapprovea.
My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me.
Tell him your name and your story. No siis, hänhän saattaa olla meidän uusi companion, että...
My, you've been busy. So, did you learn anything about these worms while wandering the ship?
That they're icky. Pitäisikö paljastaa sille? Yes, unfortunately they'll turn us into mind flayers.
Turn us into... Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect?
No, sinä näytät vähän monsterilta jo valmiiksi. Lähdetään miten hyökkäsi minun kimppuun.
If we can find an expert, someone that can control these things, there might still be time.
Control it, we need to get rid of it. Toisaalta, tähän hyötyy siitä olisi, jos sitä oppisi kontrolloimaan. Voisi lukea ajatuksia. Se ei vaikuta tarpeeksi hyvältä bonukselta siihen nähden, että ne muuttaa meidät, tai pystyy muuttamaan meidät mindflayereiksi, että...
Well, yes, of course. But first things first.
You should travel with me, our odds are better together. Kuulostaa sitä jotenkin inhottavan ystävälliseltä. Painettaa siitä. Kyllä me tarvitaan companionsia, ja kyllä minä aina companionsista tykkään. Voi olla sitten kaikille NPCille ja sivuhahmoille ilkeitä. Companionsista aina tervetulleita.
You know, I was ready to go this alone. But maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And anyone that can crash a mind flayer ship and walk away seems like a good person to know.
Äläpäs nyt yritä mielistellä. I shall keep my eye on you.
I accept. Lead on.
Astarion's an interesting find. Let's hope any future acquaintances don't hold a blade to your throat by way of
Tää on
introduction.
niin suojelevainen mua kohtaan. Thanks. Kyselläänpäs vähän tältäkin. What's the story with that odd little artifact? Suoraan niinku henkilökohtaisuuksi.
There's no story. None that you're entitled to hear anyway. Just forget you ever saw it.
Kai sä tiedät, että tää on niinku huonoin mahdollinen vastaus tähän, koska nythän se vaan kiinnostaa mua entistä enemmän. We should get to know each other a little more.
Must we? No harm in a little mystery, don't you think?
Minulta ei pidetä salaisuuksia. You don't want to talk about yourself.
I should hope not. Have you ever heard the people who want to talk about themselves? I'm doing you a favor.
You're deflecting. Are you hiding something from me? More like, mitä kaikkea sinä piilottelet minulta?
Say for a moment that I was. Do you think your blunt approach would get me to confess? Good. I like you, and you did save my life. I wouldn't want to sour things between us. Not while we need each other.
What do you think of all that's happened to us so far?
We haven't gone all that far yet. What are you referring to exactly?
Okei, kiva, että se vankeus sille jossain mindflayereiden aluksella ei ollut niinku mikään kokemus sulle, mutta... What will you do if you actually manage to remove the tadpoles?
I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course.
Eipä tietenkään. No reason for us to not stay together if we get on well.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Family? Friend? Lover? Tuskinpa se kertoo.
Let's just say it's a very personal, very private acquaintance.
Ärsyttää, kun tässä on niin paljon näitä kaikkia vaihtoehtoja, näitä dialogivaihtoehtoja. Sitten se on kaikista, enpä kerro sulle mitään. You must have thoughts about our little stowaways.
Must I? Thinking about it won't help.
Anteeksi, tää yritän jutella sulle.
Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. We've no solid leads right now, though. We'd best get hunting. If you discover anything that might help us, I'm all ears.
Sinä voit auttaa minua.
You're not the kind of company I'd keep willingly, but all things considered, you'll do. And I haven't forgotten that you saved my life aboard the Nautiloid. Perhaps I'll be able to return the favor at some point.
No, jatketaan matkaa.
There. A mind flare. And it's hurt.
That thing's
Missä
bound
sinä
to
näet
be
noin?
dangerous, even if injured. Best be careful.
Missä? Tuolla. Älä karkkaa. Tossa. Katsotaan. Onko se joka
You
auttoi?
approached the dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion. Compassion?
Ei kai. Pois se meistä. This isn't right. Step away. Ei, me ei tunneta mitään tommosia compassioneita. You should be furious, shouldn't you?
Yes, you feel hate. And you deserve to be punished for it.
What?
You should be whipped, made to bow before this creature in shame. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it. But then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
Intelligence, concentrate on its thoughts. Oi, saanko just? Joo. Katsotaan mitä se ajattelee.
Your minds fuse, lusting for something that is gone.
No niin, varmaan se orja.
But then its grip claws back with a vengeance. A vice locking your mind into obedience.
Ei!
It needs sustenance to survive. And with your very body, you can provide.
Äläpä nyt kuule. Nyt, hei. Joo, kyllä. Tästä varmaan seuraisikin todella hyvä. Resist the intrusion with everything you have. Nyt. Tämä ei voi mennä pieleen. Mennä pieleen. Noniin. Nyt, come on. Ei pitäisi olla kauhea paikka. Noniin. En halua tietää, mitä olisi tapahtunut, jos olisi epäonnistunut. Varmaan olisi minulta sielu imennyt pois. Ja vähän muutakin.
The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
Leave it to die slowly. Ei tullut se disapprovalia keneltäkään. Tarviikohan tässäkin just niinku jotkut korkeat disapprovalit sitä varten, jos haluaa rumasta? What can I say? Minä ajattelen näitä olennaisimpia asioita ensimmäisenä. Hei, siellä on elämää.
Zoro was right. Yellow as a toad.
No niin, kato, siellähän tämä meidän ystävämme on.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
Why should I?
Holy house. Under elf.
Lay tight.
Oi ihana! Nytkö ne alkaa sitten pelätä mua? Hahaha, tätä minä olen toivonut. Sehän kävi helposti. If you value your life, walk away. Tämä pitäisi olla minulle helppo. What did I tell you?
To Mies.
Come, Emissa. Now.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
Say please. Tämä lukee minun ajatukset tuo peli.
Never.
Ihana, että nuo minun companionsitkin oli sille approves. Mitäs minä saan sen käytännössä sieltä? Onko tästä kenestäkään mitään? Pystyt sinä tekemään jotakin? Syttyyköhän tämä koko paska tulle, jos sinä tämän possata? Kato.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Äläpäs komentele
Careful.
siinä niin.
She obviously sees your kindness as weakness.
My kindness!
Don't
I take that as an
advantage.
insult. A simple thank you wouldn't go amiss.
You may as well suggest a wyvern bow to worms. The cure I offer will
Kuka sinut juuri
suffice as
vapautti?
thanks. It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a gay tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification.
Ai, tätä tapahtuu niinku useinkin vai? No, tulee mukaan nyt kuitenkin.
You have made an ally from Kresh Kalir. Few know such fortune. Call me Lae'zel.
I'll trust your judgment, but I won't trust her. Not until I've gotten the measure of her.
You've a sharp tongue, elf. Would that your mind proved its equal.
Half elf. I suppose the finer
Heti
details
tappelu.
are lost on a creature like you.
Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A Kresh must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin. Chatter already, Taski.
Puskii sullekin. You look so unusual. Mikä on tää keskusteluavaus ihan oikeasti tällä? Heti kyselee henkilökohtaisia kysymyksiä sitten vielä. Näytäpä oudolta.
I expect I am your first.
I know a Githyanki, but I've never met one.
Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Ihan oikeesti, mikä sinun ongelma on? Really, thanks for noticing.
It was an observation, not a compliment.
Are you sure?
No matter. I do not intend to stay long in this place.
Do you know much about mind flayers?
I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our
Mutta ei tietenkään halua jakaa
It is
mitään sitä
imperative we
tiedosta.
locate a Kresh. You do well to observe more and question less.
Do you know what happens if we don't find a cure? We'll turn into mind flayers.
Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles.
Tämä
Your
mielikuva.
skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath.
Tää nauttii
Then
tästä
you
aivan
cease
liikaa.
to exist, and a mind flayer is born.
Kiitos tästä dramatic readingista. That's not going to happen.
Words forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me.
You're worried we haven't changed. This is good news.
Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
No, eiköhän lähetä sitten. Tämähän näyttää lupaavalta.
Here goes nothing. What's going on with that room? You approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
Ihan only slightly. Touch it.
A hand? Anyone?
Slap the hand. Autetaan sitä, se on joku meidän companioni kuitenkin.
That's it! Go on! Keep pulling!
Kaverit, hei, auttakas vähän.
Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies. Usually better at this.
Ei sitä joka päivä tupsahtele reiistä miehet maailmaa. Hehehehe. At introductions.
At magic. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Norse Lloyd as well.
Aha, kaikki tuntee minut. Never mind the Nautiloid, how did you get stuck in that stone?
I don't know what transpired exactly, but the ship broke into pieces and I suddenly found myself in freefall. As I was plummeting to certain death, I spied a glimmer quite near where I estimated my body to impact with less than savory propulsion. Recognizing this glimmer to be magical in nature, I reached out to it with a weaving of words and found myself on the other side. as it were. How about you? How did you survive the fall?
I took control of the ship, landed it safely, and saved the day.
That vast burning wreckage behind you somewhat contradicts your story, but here you stand. So who am I to argue? Still, swashbuckling heroics aside, I have the unfortunate suspicion your survival is still very much in jeopardy.
Kuten meidän
Back on the
kaikkien.
ship, you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region. Were you not?
Onneksi vain sinne, eikä esim. Alemmas. Go on.
The insertee we speak of, this parasite, are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it will turn us into mind flayers? It's a process known as seromorphosis, and let me assure you, it is to be avoided.
Ihaks totta?
You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
Well, actually, now that you mention it.
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them.
I can tend to basic wounds and ailments, but alien parasites? No, I'm afraid not.
As we've established, few enough can. It's not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, and soon, too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together?
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, I see you're traveling with plenty of company already. Perhaps I can join you later instead.
Niin tietysti.
I'll make my way to your camp and embark upon a succulent slow cook to be consumed upon your return.
Oh. Sinä yrität heti sviittoa, kato. Niin tokihan meillä on liikaa nyt partimempereitä tässä, ei se auta muu kuin heittää joku pois. Pitäisikö meidän tässä välissä pitää tämmönen pieni lepotauko?
What's on your mind?
Tell me a bit more about yourself.
Let's see. I hail from Waterdeep, city of splendors. I am a wizard of considerable acclaim and scholar of exceptional accomplishment. I have a cat, a library, and a weakness for a good glass of wine. And if the mood takes me, I'm known to try my hand at poetry. There.
I want to know about more than your hobbies. Can't you tell me something about the real you?
Certainly. That I have a great respect for privacy, for instance.
No siis, mitä odotin? Emmi tässä vaiheessa. Ei, no. Ei me vielä. Painosanalla vielä. Who wants to speak to me? Sinäkö?
Go to hell.
Good evening to you too. Was there anything in particular I did to deserve such a greeting?
Oh, nothing. I'm just poorly making a point. Go to hell. An everyday expression. So trivial it's almost meaningless. But we've seen hell. It's real. And it isn't trivial.
What's on your mind, Gale?
Devils, dragons, mind flayers. They used to be abstracts. Pictures on a piece of paper. What a difference a day makes. Now we have tadpoles slithering through our heads like carnivorous feti. That's not abstract.
What can I say but that you're right? We're in deep you know what.
Point well made. I see. I'll wake you bright and early. We'll need to find a healer before the wee one gets hungry.
Kiitos tästä insightista. Onks näillä muilla mitään asiaa?
Your magician seems dour tonight. Must not relish the idea of sprouting tentacles.
Eli sinäkö pidät ajatuksesta?
Can't say I'm a fan either. It's just hard to join in when all of this feels so new. The night normally means bustling streets, bursting taverns. Curling up in the dirt and resting is, a little novel.
Kukaan ei pakottanut sinua minun mukaan. Give it a try, will need to be fresh tomorrow.
I'm in no place to rest yet. Today has been a lot. I need some time to think things through. To process this. You sleep. I'll keep watch.
We'll both stay up. I'm not ready to turn my back on a stranger. Minä en ole nimittäin unohtanut, että myös sinä olet charlatan niin kuin minäkin. Ja minä en luottaisi itseeni, joten minä en myöskään luota sinuun, Astarion.
You know,
Se lisää pruuvaa.
if you want to spend time with me, you only have to say so.
Tykkäisiköhän se minusta, jos minä painasin tuosta thank you.
The pleasure is all mine.
Hidas. Gayle ei antanut mulle
Sweet
pisteitä.
dreams.
En kyllä ota enää uudestaan uusiksi. Taas alkaa tää minun taktikointi näillä approval pointsilla, mutta ihan oikeesti. Minä tiedän, että minä sanoin alussa, että minä olen vähän tämmönen niinku manipuloiva bitch, mutta companionship on eri asia. Ne on minun soft spot.
Doing the rounds, are you? You'd better get some rest. What were you two talking about?
Wouldn't you like to know? Are you jealous? Ei mikä olla sitä törkeä. Anna approval points. Minä tulin kerjäämään approval pointseja. We're just discussing the next steps.
I see. I'd be careful with Gale.
If anyone has me concerned, it's you. You haven't exactly been open about yourself.
I have my reasons. They're nothing for you to be concerned about. Either way, be careful.
Oh!
You never know what lengths someone might take to solve this little problem of ours. You seem reliable.
Minä pelaan nyt varman päälle. Lupaan, etten taktikoit tulevaisuudessa ihan näin paljon. Ainakaan. Aina.
What were you two talking about? I'd be careful with Gale.
You don't trust Gale.
He's a wizard. All they care about is power. Let's hope we rapidly find a healer.
Onko sinulla jotakin velhoja vastaan?
You seem reliable. I think you know how important it is that we find someone who can cure us. Best if we focus on that.
Mä tykkään siitä, että tää pystyy ulkonäön perusteella arvioimaan, kuka on luotettava ja kuka ei. Let's not abandon all caution, this is unfamiliar territory.
Caution is a luxury we don't have.
Noniin.
Let's rest and wake up at first light.
No mutta sitten ei varmaankaan muuta kuin tutimaan. No. Hyvää yötä.